Hello and welcome back to the Pew Pew Show. I'm your host Dean and I'm joined by Antonio, Scott and our new co-host Andy.
G'day.
Hey guys.
All right.
Today we've got a great show lined up for you, so stick around.
Are you ready? Stand by.
Thanks for having me on the show, guys. I'm looking forward to it. We've got an interview with a very special guest today. His name's Jody. He's an IPSC shooter with a wealth of knowledge and experience. Jody's from Victoria, Australia and shoots at SSPC in Springvale.
But first, let's talk about the upcoming New South Wales State Titles. They're happening from March 16th to the 18th.
That's right. Registration is now open and we encourage all IPSC shooters to sign up and join us for what is sure to be an exciting competition.
So guys, have any of you guys looked at the match package yet?
I actually haven't looked at it yet.
You have?
Antonio has. Andy, you haven't looked at it yet?
Well, I can tell you it's pretty exciting. First thing though, I'm pretty sure there is now a complete shortage on black spray paint throughout Australia.
So, Bunnings in sale?
Gone.
So
They've all gone. It's gone throughout Australia. All black spray paint's gone. It's all been used at
so
sale.
there's no partials?
There's not one partial.
Wow, that's awesome.
So they've obviously completely run out. But look, some of those matte stages are fantastic. A lot of mirrored stages, which I quite like. It's equal for left or right-handed shooters. But
you being a lefty, of course.
Me being a lefty, I really do appreciate that. But also, it gives you two ways to shoot it. And lo and behold, sometimes shooting it right-handed as a left-hander is actually better. But look, anyway, the match package shows us some really dynamic stages. You haven't even had a look at it.
No, I haven't.
Take a quick look at stage one.
Andy, let's have a look. You can't look because you've already seen it.
Right.
Oh my god. Okay, how the hell would you attack this thing?
This is an interesting one. Do you go to the side first and then forward and just do one big run back? Do you go back and do each side first? There's a popper on the left-hand side that obviously you wouldn't be able to shoot from that side window, but it'd be too close. But
There's a popper on the right-hand side as well, from the
was there?
position down here.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
So that's,
you guys can actually see it up in the top corner of the screen.
obviously I didn't study it too closely, but yeah, it's that's going to be a fantastic stage, I reckon.
I reckon there's multiple ways of shooting, as you said,
Absolutely.
and it should be fun. Antonio, how would you attack this thing? I'm just going to hand this over to him. We can't see this, so that's why we're looking down
Yeah,
here.
in simple terms, I'd go from right, then left, and then left and right. So,
But don't be more technical.
Well, here's the thing. You've got a
Let's give it
3-minute
a
walkthrough, right?
yeah.
Hey guys, let us know in the comments how you would attack that stage.
Yeah, just
And you've got to get in that conga line quickly and start working out, formulating a plan and sticking with it, right?
And getting your mag changes all ready to go as well.
Absolutely.
Change points.
You want to get your numbers right.
yeah, given how long the course of fire is, so definitely make sure all your mags are loaded.
So do you think this is going to be a fun match?
I think it'll be a great match, and not only that, those guys that have shot some of the other state titles are going to get a bit of a feeling on where they sit in their class, in their division, and how that might pan out at the nationals. Okay, guys, now it's time for our Hold My Beer segment.
Hang on, I don't have a beer.
I don't have a beer either.
Oh.
Somebody get us some beers.
Yeah, really.
Are you ready? Stand by.
And he's off, young Bo. He's got through that first section really quick. He's nailing those close targets. Straight in there. He's very confident. Look at him. Let's see how he goes, Swinger. Oh, that's fantastic. Look, he used to let a bad stage get to him. Now he's going to just flush it away, start a new stage, and absolutely smash it. Look at him engage this. Oh, very good. Very good. He knows what to back up as well. Fantastic.
Well, that's what you've got to do, isn't it? I mean, you've really got to let go of a stage that doesn't work out for you,
Yeah.
because otherwise you might as well pack up there and then. If you're not going to let it go, you might as well pack up and go home, because you're just going to go moping around from stage to stage.
I've been there and done that. I've held on to that
Yes.
whole thing, and
Yes.
it's like, why don't they just let it go? Why don't they just let it go?
How do you let it go? That's the question.
Well, we've got an answer to it.
Actually, you know who I think might know?
Hang on.
I think my father
Oh.
can actually provide you some tips on that. So over to you, Rikki.
Welcome to this week's episode of Rikki Leaks. In this episode, I'll be talking about match mindset. In my early days of IPSC shooting matches, I got deeply troubled every time I shoot a no shoot, a penalty or failure to engage a target. And that negative mindset will carry me throughout the match. Guess what the outcome of the match? It was very predictable. It was a very sore ass, really losing match. One day, I got squatted with the GM. The first 2 stages I shot really well, okay? Unfortunately, on the 3rd stage, I failed to engage a target. So what happened on the 4th stage? At the course of engaging targets, my shots were all tentative, though I have managed to hit all targets, but a very slow pace. The GM came to me and asked me what happened, and I told him, I just want to make sure that I hit all of the targets. Then he gave me an advice and just told me, forget about what happened the previous stages, because there's not much you can do about it to change the outcome. But what you can do to change and possibly provide a better scores, a better outcome for the match, is shoot the succeeding stages with a fresh mindset. So from that day on, one match, one stage, I always shoot now with a fresh mindset. And that, though it bothers me every time I shoot FTE or a no-shoot or penalty, but then I leave that behind and carry on to the next stage and shoot with a fresh mindset. And for all you shooters out there, that is my advice for this week. Forget about what happens in those previous stages, no shoot and penalties. Just stick on, and shoot with a fresh mindset. Thanks, everyone.
Let's go.
Now it's time for our gadget of the week.
Today we'll be looking at the DAA Flex holster. Here's a quick clip from DB Shooting Supplies.
Hello, Dave Bailey from David Bailey Shooting Supplies. Just a quick segment for the Pew Pew Show, and just to say congratulations to those guys. The first episode was looking really good, and hopefully after the second one there's going to be a lot more, because we certainly need something like that. Today we're just going to look through the difference between the Alpha X and the brand new Flex holster, both made by Double Alpha. Well, what is the difference? They're both very popular holsters and we sell a lot of them. So let's have a look at that quickly. I'm not going to go into how you set these up, because there's videos on our website from Saul Kerr showing you how to fit the Alpha X and also the Flex holster. So this is more about what is the difference. The Alpha X comes with firearm specific inserts. This one's a Beretta 92F. For the Flex, there's just 2 types of inserts. There's an A insert and a B insert. Now, going to the new Flex, the blocks themselves fit a range of handguns or amp revolvers. The reason for the innovation within the Flex is that obviously with an Alpha X, if you haven't got a block for it, you can't use it. So, and they can only make certain number of blocks. So if you've got something which is a little bit unusual, you'll probably find there isn't a block for it. Whereas the Flex, you can buy a Flex and fit the Flex to your particular model of firearm. And the way that is done is by moving these blocks here, and you can fit that round your trigger guard. As I said, there's a video on the website showing you how to do that. The feedback we've had from a lot of people is that it provides a very good lockup, a very solid feel to the gun in the holster. This is an A block at the moment I'm holding, and the A block, we've got compatibility lists on our website. The A block fits 1911s and 2011s, Phoenix, Trinity, SIG, P320 revolvers, etc. And the B fits basically all the steel frame CZ models, Canex, Beretta 92X, 92F, and a lot more that you can use this for. That's pretty basically what the difference is. The Flex does come with a thigh pad built in. They also come with a little box of tricks. So this is the Flex. So you can see there's some tools there. So that's it. If you have got any questions, just give us a shout, and yeah, have a great day.
This is a great option for those that want to shoot multiple divisions and only have to use one holster for all.
So it's like a one holster to rule them all. I'm going to call it my precious.
Me too.
Links to where to buy the Flex holster will be in the description below for you guys.
This would be a great option for new IPSC shooters that might not be too sure yet on what gun to get. Last time, Dean came out closest to the Shadow. Let's see if the rest of us can catch up this time.
Some say the Shadow eats Wheat Bix with APS 450 sprinkled on it for breakfast. And at once he was bitten by a redback spider. And after 6 days of agonising pain, the redback died.
But we still call him
The Shadow.
Today's Shadow Challenge. The Shadow says the pathway to being a great shooter is calling your shots and fast transitions. The steel plate rack gives you instant feedback. Today's challenge is the plate rack. Best time wins.
Are you ready? Stand by. If you are finished, unload and show clear. If clear, have it down the holster. Are you ready? Stand by.
Looks like I'm the new Shadow Challenge champion.
Oh, don't get too cocky, Raffy. Seriously, we'll get you next time, mate.
Alright, now it's time for our interview with Jody. Jody is a highly skilled IPSC shooter with years of experience. Jody, welcome to the show. Hi Jody, welcome to the Pew Pew Show.
Pleasure to be here.
Great. Hey, let's get straight into it. Let's find out, how long have you been shooting IPSC for?
7, 8 years.
Okay, that's a good amount of time. You've got a fair bit of experience. And you've been ROing for how long?
3.
3
years,
fantastic. Yeah. So, but you've been shooting before that, right?
Yeah, joined the military at 17.
Okay,
yeah,
wow.
Very young age, yeah.
So, what got you into the military?
My grandfather.
Okay.
He, I would ask him questions, obviously knowing that he served in the First World War and the Second World War.
Okay.
And basically he would give me stories which sort of, I suppose, stuck with me and made me decide to join the military, something at a very young age.
So you're pretty much inspired by his military stories, conjured your imagination. Is there any story that sort of sticks out in your mind that he told you?
Yeah, I remember once I asked him, had he killed a German, which is, you know, and he replied yes, he had, but then he did say that when he got wounded, he was next to a German soldier that was dying and actually gave him his canteen.
Did he really?
For a drink of water because he kept asking for water.
Oh my God, so he's injured.
Yes.
Next to him is a dying German and he's giving him a drink of water before he passes away.
Yeah.
Wow, that's incredible. So they kind of put aside the war for a moment and just remembered that each other were humans.
Yeah, I do remember him saying that he had a great respect for the German soldier because obviously governments and stuff like that, I'm not to get into political sort of things, but just the camaraderie that soldiers have, irrespective of the nationality that they are.
No, that's fair enough. Hey, so being in the military and serving for quite some time, you've probably got some funny stories of your own. Any shenanigans that you got up to, Jody?
Yeah, there's a little town probably just north of Rockhampton called Yeppoon.
Okay, yeah.
There's a pub and a post box, that's it.
Is that right?
The pub makes his own alcohol, I suppose. He's got this big vat in there and he used to mix muscat, whiskey and port, and you could buy it in 20-gallon drums or 20-litre drums.
That's quite a concoction.
It was actually, yeah. I could tell you some, no, we won't go there. But we used to buy it in a 20-litre water jerry, and one exercise we're up sort of past Lakeland Downs, Maitland Downs, so it's sort of central Far North, central Queensland.
Okay, yeah.
Full tack, so no light, no noise. We're in our little area having a bit of a drink, and there was a young kid that just got posted to us. He was probably 18, 19, I suppose.
Right.
never drank alcohol before.
Oh my God.
So we've given him a drink.
Yeah, of course.
And another drink, as you do. And he proceeded to drive the forklift through the whole platoon.
Oh my God.
With people chasing him, full lights, everything else.
So what sort of forklift is this that he's on?
It was a Clark 35 all-wheel steer, so it pivoted from the centre, four-wheel drive.
Yeah.
Probably about 8.5, 9 ton forklift.
Oh, that's a decent sized forklift.
Big,
okay, you can do some damage with that.
Yeah, well, he luckily didn't.
Yeah.
But he actually got away with it.
Really? Yeah, how did he get away with that?
He jumped off and let it keep going in the bush when people are chasing him. So
he went in the bush, or
he jumped off the forklift and the.
Oh my God!
Yeah, went into the bush.
How many good stories end with somebody or something goes into the bush?
Well, it depends, doesn't it? Really?
That's incredible. So, so how did you actually get started in IPSC?
My younger brother, Shane.
Okay, Shane. Yeah.
Yeah, he hassled me for a while to come down, and I knew he was shooting IPSC because he'd send me pictures of when he got trophies and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Had really no idea what it was.
Okay. Yeah.
Went down one night. Basically saw what it was.
Yeah.
And, okay, this is not bad. I could get into this.
Yeah, good.
So he actually set me up.
So he would have given you a gun to use?
Gave me a gun to use, set me up with rig.
Cool.
And it was a Glock, but
So how'd that go for you?
Yeah, I'm not a plastic person. Seriously, I like the weight of a handgun. And
Each to their own.
No, I agree, because I know some Glock shooters that can shoot
Smash
a Glock.
It, right?
Yeah. Yep. So other than that, it was, and that's where it all started.
Okay, great. So you had a night there. You got a taste of it.
Yep.
You would have had to go through the process of doing a holster qual.
Yes.
How'd that all go?
Holster qual. That was all right, except when I did the holster qual, because I had a Glock.
Yeah.
It's striker fired, and you have to have a safety, so you can do single action, double action.
Yes, true.
So I ended up shooting the 45.
Okay, nice way to start.
It was a great
Let's go
way to
straight
start.
into the 45.
Yeah. So, and I actually outshot everyone with the 45. So
there you go. That's so typical of you. Just to do something quirky and actually do well with it and sort of put the cat among the pigeons, so to say. So shooting the 45, obviously, I think you've still got a 45.
I've got a 45. I've got a 1911 Gold Cup trophy.
Oh, okay, nice.
As a young kid in the military, well, not in the military, but as a young kid, I always wanted one. So one came up and I got it.
You snapped it. Yeah. Great. Look, so you don't shoot that so much now. You just do that for a little bit of fun with the 45.
Correct.
I do the same with my standard gun. So on a regular basis now, when I first met you, you were shooting production. Did you start in production?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
Cool.
Yes, so I started out with a Shadow 1 dual tone.
Nice, yeah.
Then I got a Shadow 1 orange, and now I shoot Shadow 2.
Very good. And you've moved into
production optics.
The optics now. Fantastic.
That's eyesight problems.
And how are you enjoying the optics?
Fantastic.
Yeah?
Like seriously, it's
a different way of shooting, isn't it?
It is. I had to learn to open both eyes.
Yeah.
Because halfway through a stage, I'd realised that I've got my eye, and my issue is I'm a right-handed shooter, but I'm left eye dominant.
Okay. Yeah.
So, it was hard to get used to, but now when I shoot irons, I've got to remember to close my eyes. So sometimes it can be an issue.
And how have you gone having to shoot through the iron sights to now be target focused? Has that transition been easy or difficult?
No, that was difficult to start off with as well.
Okay.
I think I've got that down pat.
Yeah.
But it's still a learning curve. It doesn't matter how many times you shoot.
Yeah.
It's still a learning curve because with IPSC, every stage is different.
Yeah.
They're different swingers, bobbers.
Yeah.
So it's always a learning curve.
And then old habits die hard as well.
They do,
right?
exactly.
So you've got to, I can only imagine, because I don't shoot optics, but I imagine at times you would fall back to the old system.
You should shoot optics.
Well, my eyes are slowly failing, so it's only a matter of time. But maybe I might have a go at the standard optics that they might bring out, actually. So that's an option.
Well, we can only hope.
But until, as long as my eyes will allow me, I'll keep shooting an iron sight, basically. But what I was wondering is, what I was going to say was somebody actually was taping over their optic. and it makes it so that you actually can't see the dot so much in the field of, you know,
Vision,
the optic
yeah.
field, but you can only really see the dot actually on the target. It does something to it, so you can see a dot still. It blackens it out, but you can still see a dot, but you can't see it in the field. You can only really see the dot on the target, so it forces you to get both eyes open and be target focused. Yeah.
I have heard of that. It's been spoken of. I've never tried that.
No, fair enough.
It's probably something that at this stage of my life I really don't need to worry about.
No, fair enough. You'll just work it out, no doubt.
Eventually, yeah.
Before we move on, let's take it. Now, we took you out to the range and we got you to shoot the Pew Pew Show Stage Challenge. Okay?
Which is a fantastic stage. Actually.
You enjoyed it?
I enjoyed it a lot. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, I'm glad you liked it. Okay, Jody, do you want to see how you went?
Yes.
Let's go.
Stand by.
Oh, yes, that's a quick draw.
That's not a bad draw.
He's going quickly. Fantastic. He's done all the traps. Now he's on to the Jeremy Swinger.
Yeah, wait until I see that.
Question is, did you hit any of it?
I hope so.
Unload, show clear.
Oh,
If clear, hammer down, holster.
that was just shocking.
DQ for being an arsehat. What? For what? Fuck you!
Oh, stop, unload, show clear. You're out of here, buddy.
Are you ready? Stand by. Dot. If you are finished unloading, show clear. If clear, hammer down the holster. Range is clear.
Okay, so you're ready to find out how you really went?
Yes, please.
All right, Jody, you scored 22 alphas,
Okay.
6 charlies, 2 deltas in a time of 29.28 with a hit factor of 4.439.
That's good.
Not too bad at all. Let's see where you ended up on the leaderboard though. So on the Pew Pew leaderboard, as our
I'm winning!
that makes you first place.
Yes!
Well done, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us on the Pew Pew Show, Jody. Have you had a good time?
I've had a great time.
It's been a pleasure having you on. Can we get
pleasure
you on
being
here again?
Yes, you can.
Hang on. Wait a minute. Shove your butt over. We're not finished with Jody yet. We're going to run Jody through the Pew Pew 10. So, you ready for this?
Not really.
10
but
questions, really quickly. Favourite IPSC gun?
Mine.
Swingers or bobbers?
Both.
Favourite IPSC moment?
Favourite IPSC moment? They're all good.
They are.
Most embarrassing IPSC moment?
DQ on my first level 3.
That's embarrassing.
Weirdest thing in your range bag?
Nothing's weird in my range bag.
Everything's weird in your range.
We've fumbled through his range bag. We've seen some stuff, trust us. Best IPSC snack?
Food.
Highest hit factor?
8.
Most valuable IPSC lesson learned?
Don't get DQ'd.
No,
Worst IPSC gun?
The Glock.
Oh, we're so not getting sponsored by Clock.
never. Sorry.
Sorry.
All right, craziest IPSC story. Last one.
Well, you know it at sale.
I was there.
38-degree days, 12 stages, had to shoot a reshoot at the end of the day. So I threw a water ball and cracked it.
The trick was he didn't actually have to reshoot the stage at all. They were just taking the piss out of him, and the poor guy copped it.
Mm-hmm.
Thanks for joining us, Jody. You've been a fantastic sport, and
A
we'd love to
pleasure.
get you on the show again another time.
Nah, anytime.
Awesome. Thank you.
Absolute pleasure, my friend. Once again.
Yeah. Good fun.
I can't wait to actually shoot with you in another match, mate.
Yeah.
NRO as well.
Yes,
It's
definitely.
been awesome. Thanks for coming in. We'll see you on the next one, mate.
My pleasure.
Thank you.
Wasn't it great having Jody on the show?
I love Jody. He's one of my best friends.
It really was. I had no idea he was in the military.
That's the great thing about having guests on the show. We get to actually learn about the individual IPSC shooters. So.
Yeah, and with Jody being a serviceman, he was a great sport, and thank you to all our servicemen. We're all in debt to you, so thank you. hey guys, I've got an idea. Why don't we, in honour of servicemen, have a studio Pew Pew Show challenge field strip?
Oh, I think that's a great idea.
No, that's not what you think, Andy. It's where we strip the guns.
Andy's eyes sort of went, are we stripping off the Pew Pew Show?
Did you bring a pole?
We can't get demonetised for this, right?
All right, let's set this up. Are you ready? Stand by. Oh, no way!
No way! Oh, my spring came off.
Yeah, Scott's going to win this one again.
Yeah, I think he's going to win.
And he's got no chance for that friggin' thing.
Andy's grabbed my slide stop.
Good. Thank you, Andy.
Oh, nice.
Oh, you better not win this, Antonio, Mr. Classic Shooter. Fuck it.
No, I can't. No.
Oh, come on!
Slide stop's gone walkabout.
Oh, this is not good. This is bad.
Oh, good.
No,
Even with all that,
my guns.
I mean, even with all that, with Andy throwing on the slide stop, these guys are still going, oh, Antonio, what's going on? You got it?
No, mine's not in a good place.
You're not in a good place?
Oh, no. Okay,
You got it?
I don't shoot production that much.
Pretty good. Andy, you got it?
Yeah, it's done. I'm just trying to.
And we're done! Congratulations, guys. That was awesome. And a little bit of fun on the Pew Pew Show once again.
Now it's time for a letter from one of our viewers. This one is from Sarah in Melbourne. She writes, I'm a new shooter and I'm really enjoying the show. I was wondering if you have any advice for someone just starting out in IPSC. Scott, Antonio, you guys do holster quals, so you guys are regularly seeing new shooters. What advice would you give them?
Well, straight up, I would tell them to slow down and be a newbie.
Yep.
Don't try and push the envelope. Just slow down. Take it easy. Get those alphas. Speed will come later on.
That's good advice.
That's a great question, Sarah. I would definitely start by taking the time to learn the fundamentals and then learning how to be safe and mastering the accuracy before you actually start to go on speed.
And don't be afraid to ask for help or advice from more experienced shooters. The IPSC community is very supportive and welcoming.
Andy, that's great advice actually. The only thing I'll really add to all of that is, yes, first of all, be safe, and second of all, have fun. Get familiar with the fundamentals of the sport, but make sure you're safe and make sure you enjoy yourself. It can be a little bit daunting when you're new on the range and there's a lot of people watching when it's your turn to shoot. Forget about that. We've all been there and we're watching on with encouragement, all of us. And to be honest, most of us are worrying about how we're going to go on our run. So just get on with it and have a great time.
Good point. And dry fire. Dry fire at home is really important. Rafi, that's one of the first things you taught me as my coach. Rafi was my coach when I first started. So one of the good things to do is find someone that's an experienced master shooter and learn from them. Just ask them, can you coach me, please? And that's what I did to Rafi. Can you help me out? And we did a bit of a trade-off with personal training and coaching IPSC.
Great.
Good deal. Good deal.
Yeah, it was a good deal. It was a good deal. I mean, look at this. Look at this. He's buffed up.
Well, Antonio is actually also a marathon runner, so a bit of training from the gym and things like that would have been a pretty good exchange.
Yeah, it's good balance.
But look, it doesn't always have to be so much as an exchange because there's always people ready to help out. So just speak up, ask for help, and it'll be there.
100%. Thanks for the letter, Sarah.
Thank you for the letter,
awesome.
Sarah. That's
and
awesome.
if you guys want to send a letter into the Pew Pew Show, please send it to
The Pew Pew Show Australia @gmail.com.
and we'll read it out and hopefully offer you some semi-expert advice.
Before we go, we just want to remind everybody to register for the New South Wales State Titles. That match is on in a week's time. Also, the Australian Handgun Nationals. That's going to be held on the 1st of May in South Australia. So get on and get registered and get to those matches. We look forward to seeing you there.
Guys, please don't forget, if you want to support the show, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, and hit the notification bell so you know when we're coming up next. We're going to try and do these fortnightly from this point on. This was an emergency one to get in before the New South Wales State Titles.
Yeah.
So we sort of squeezed this one in here for you, but from now on it will be fortnightly, released on a Tuesday evening.
Thanks everyone, that's all we have time for today. Thanks Jody for joining us today, and thanks for tuning in everyone. We'll see you next time on the Pew Pew Show. Your gun's got a lot of recoil.
My gun's got great recoil.
Last time, Dean came out closest to the shadow. Let's see if the rest of us can catch up this time.
Start again.
Yes, thank you.
Stop!
This is painful.
I'm like Shockley.
Right.
All right.
What's wrong?
All right. Some say I forgot my line. Right, can we get it up?